Here I am, and this time I am taking you to one of the most interesting places that I've been to. We're driving from Barcelona uh, out. We're driving out of Barcelona for about 45 minutes to get to a place called Montserrat. Now, there are two other ways to get to Montserrat from Barcelona. The first is to take a train to this place called Montserrat, and then you have two options. Either you take the track railway or the cable car to the hilltop. Both these choices, I think, are better than driving down in a car. I didn't know about them before booking my tour, otherwise, I would have done that too. And I really recommend them because the ride up the hill, I think, would be better than to follow the highway. These rock formations are what they call the Montserrat. And as we drive in, what we will see first are the buildings of the monastery that is up on the hill, attached to a basilica that houses the Black Madonna with Jesus Christ on her lap. So Montserrat has historical, geological, and religious importance. It is especially very important site of pilgrimage for the people of Christian faith, and those rock formations are Montserrat, and this is a viewpoint that you get to see the whole from which you can see the whole valley. And fortunately, it was a sunny day, and it was clear for us to see right down to the valley. And so I spent quite a lot of time here, and so did my other people from the tour group. I will tell you a lot more about these rock formations a little later. First, we'll finish doing the most important thing, which is getting a picture. Yes. So, on the corner of one of the hills of Montserrat, we'll see the Santa Cova. Santa Cova is a church built around a cave, and hence it is called Santa Cova. It is believed that in 880 AD, a couple of shepherd children saw an image of Virgin Mary in that cave, and they went to the nearby village and told their parents and brought them back to show the image of Mary. That is Santa Cova. But because it would be tough to take the image back to the village, they built a church around it. Now we walk into the basilica. So the construction is a mix of, I think, Gothic and Renaissance, and the church and the monastery have been built and rebuilt and improvised upon in different periods. So it's a mix of all kinds of architectural styles. Like I said, the Basilica of Montserrat holds immense religious importance. For the people of Christian faith. What you see on the wall in front of you are the 12 apostles. This basilica also houses the Black Madonna, and also this basilica is popular for this boy choir. A group that was formed, I think, back in the 14th century, and the tradition continues till date, and people come from across the world to hear them sing. And the monks of the monastery, how could I forget the word monastery, make this wine, brew this wine.
31% of alcohol.
Oh my god. Cheers. It was quite potent. So yes, now I will go up the funicular. Funicular is this thing that takes you up to that point up on the hill, and the experience is just too much fun. It should be called funicular instead of funicular. Anyway, that is not important. It's like being in one of those Wes Anderson films. I think a funicular was there in Grand Budapest Hotel or some other one of his films. But it's a fun thing to do. You can also hike up to that point because वहाँ पे भी एक व्यू पॉइंट है जहाँ से आप और भी ये जो रॉक्स हैं वो देख सकते हैं, वैली देख सकते हैं. And once we once we reach the hilltop, also something very interesting and fortunate will happen. So watch out for it. However, there are some tips I will give you if you do end up going to Montserrat, which is highly recommended by me and everyone else. I think most people will recommend that place to you. Is आप जब फ्यूनिक्यूलर में जाएं तो जो नीचे का हिस्सा होता है उस तरफ खड़े रहें, क्योंकि वहाँ से वीडियोस वगैरह आप क्लियर बना सकते हैं विदाउट एनी ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. But me being the enthucatlet that I am, I went right in front, like right towards the upward end of the funicular. So there were many obstructions while I was making the video. हाँ, तो ऊपर से आप पूरा देख सकते हैं the monastery and the basilica together. And it is an active monastery. There are lots of monks and the boy choir, like I mentioned, who train and study over here all the subjects that they need to study. And this funicular system has this other one. So they constantly, there's one designated to take people up the hill and the other one comes at the same time down the hill. So you don't really have to wait for too long. So then I got to the top and I wanted to get a picture clicked. So I asked this stranger to click a picture of me and this happened. Oh my god, come, see those things. What are the odds? Oh my god, it's a whole herd.
Beautiful.
Then I got my pictures clicked and I clicked his pictures as well. And there was just the two of us at this point, at this location, and we got to see that herd of goats. Oh my god, so fortunate to have seen that. And then I started my walk back to the monastery. Kyunki we were so there is a designated time when you can enter the church, and so we had a lot of time to kill in between. So I decided to walk back. And now that you know the historical and religious importance of Montserrat, let's come to the geological importance. So these rock formations were actually underwater during the Mesozoic era. Mesozoic era matlab dinosaur wala time. Also the time that the supercontinent Pangaea was breaking gradually. A lot of geological changes were happening. So these rocks must have been part of a river delta. The river gradually dried up and some shifting of tectonic plates happened, because of which the rocks rose up, and these rocks were actually covered by some soft rocks that eroded away and left behind these gorgeous sculpted rocks. They actually look sculpted. And then on my way back, I met my tour guide again, and then he helped me get some pictures. I can hardly balance though. And then he was very nice and plucked some rosemary for me. Oh, look how that rock looks like an elephant, or Bhagwan Ganesh for us. It was quite beautiful. And then it was time to get back to the church, and so we were not allowed to click any pictures inside the church. So I apologize, there are no pictures from inside. But there was this corner, this beautiful corner outside the church, where you could light up these candles and pray or wish for something. It was quite beautiful. And there were so many kids. I don't have a video of those kids, but there's so many kids wanting to light up these candles. It was very nice. Vocabulary fails me. I hate saying very nice and beautiful again and again and again. I have to work on this. Next time I'll write a script maybe. And then I went back and bought some cheese and honey. Yes, this is some sort of special dessert in Montserrat because a lot of people were having it. I found a quiet corner to have it by myself. Quite a scenic corner, I must say. And it was quite good. I approve of it. I recommend it. And went back to Barcelona.
Adios.